Look, it is so good to know that the proposal to increase the voting age to 21 isn't One Nation policy, it's just Pauline Hanson's personal opinion. Personal opinion that is just as completely out of touch, however, as almost all of the rest of One Nation's policies when it comes to what the interests of young people are. This proposal to increase the voting age to 21 takes us back a very long time. The Australian voting age was reduced to 18 in 1973. That was 44 years ago. Attitudes, our whole way of life has changed so significantly since 1973. Of course, 1973 was the first year of the Whitlam government after 23 years of Conservative rule. I think Conservative rule that Pauline Hanson's policies would have been more consistent with. In the US, it was the time of the Watergate scandal, that long ago, of that corrupt politician. And it was the year that the last episode of Laugh-In was produced, which had that memorable line of "very interesting, but stupid." And I think that sums up Pauline Hanson's proposal to be increasing the voting age to 21. But it's not surprising. It's not surprising that Senator Hanson wants to discriminate and disenfranchise 1 million young Australians. It's consistent with the intolerance and discrimination against people that One Nation has on show every day in this parliament, with people that don't agree with them. And it's absolutely right that young people do not support the hurtful, bigoted, simplistic, racist policies of One Nation. They are sick of being screwed over. They want people to be treated fairly, equitably. Young people want to have a fair go for all, and in particular people between the ages of 18 and 21, or even people between the ages of 16 and 18 who the Greens think should be able to vote. They have got a view of an Australia that's so different to the view of Australia that One Nation have. And I'm not just making this up. There was a survey that was done by Youth Action and the Australian Research Alliance for Children and Youth shortly before the 2016 election. It surveyed 3,400 12 to 25-year-olds to ask them what was important for them, what were the policy outcomes they would like to see out of the 2016 election. And not surprisingly, it's a list of policy proposals that are light years away, absolutely diametrically opposed to the policy positions of One Nation. Young people that were surveyed, they wanted to see high-quality education. They wanted to see increase in funding to education, increasing access to education, to have more funding and more resources for local unis and TAFEs. One Nation's low-tax, small government policies will decimate education. Young people wanted to see better access to health services, better access to mental health, to dental health, and that means giving our health services the resources to be able to fund these programs that are so essential for young people. And young people wanted urgent action on the environment, urgent action on global warming, unlike the troglodytes of One Nation who refuse to even acknowledge that global warming is real and is based in science. These young people, they are way past that. They know that it's real. They know that it's their futures that are at stake. They don't want to see the Adani coal mine opened. They want to see action. They want to see us transition to 100% renewable energy. That's the sort of policies and actions that young people want, and these are the people that Pauline Hanson would disenfranchise. One person said, "I will inherit this earth, my children after me, their children, and it continues. I don't want my kids to inherit a wasteland or to have to ask what stars, rhinos and forests look like because some power-hungry politicians couldn't get their priorities straight. They need to stop playing the game." And in particular, the last thing that young people said was a priority for them was social justice, with marriage equality right at the top of the agenda, support for people seeking asylum, Aboriginal rights. One person who was quoted as saying, "I'm gay and trans, and I very rarely feel safe and would hope that one day I will. With policies of the Greens, they will. With the policies of One Nation, that day would be a very long way away."